What's up, guys? Welcome back to DCA. Today, what we're going to do is talk about what is, in my opinion, one of the most bullish charts in all of cryptocurrency. I'm talking about Solana. So I'm going to show you why, but first I want to go over quickly with you the DCA Index risk model for Solana. So this is a model that attempts to identify peaks and points where a currency may be oversold. So essentially what this means is when they are getting overheated, you will move into these higher risk tiers. So in other words, if you start going into 60, into 70, up to 80, approaching 100, it's becoming more overheated and likely that it's going to correct soon. That is colored in red. You'll note that as it approaches red, there's usually at least a short-term correction. And as the market cycle goes on, we expect this trend to continue. So in other words, as it starts getting into these higher zones, we expect that there will typically be a correction, okay? So we have this for Solana, Polkadot, Cardano, Bitcoin, Ethereum, just a lot of the big blue chip cryptocurrencies we have this model for. Okay, guys, so this is that DCA index risk model I just showed you, but we have it coded into TradingView, all right? Now, you can see that it sort of works to identify where market peaks may be occurring and where as it approaches down closer to zero, the risk is typically lower and the asset is a better buying opportunity. Okay, so we're doing a lot of things like this on this channel, a lot of metrics that serious investors in cryptocurrency can use to sort of guide their strategy. So if you guys want to support the channel, hit like and subscribe, and that way you can stay updated with everything that we do, and I can send it out to you, as soon as it's ready to go. With that said, let's get into the video. All right, guys. So like I said, we're looking today at Solana, but how we're going to do this, and I think this is going to blow some of your minds, we're going to look at Bitcoin, Solana, and Ethereum. Now, Ethereum is new to the 2020-2021 market cycle. Ethereum was new back to the 2015 through 2017 market cycle, while Bitcoin, at least when anyone was actually investing in it, which is essentially any time following 2012, was new to this cycle. A lot of people may include 2011, 2010 as a market cycle. Realistically, I think it's a very little, value as far as what it adds to any sort of analysis. Because there were so few people in the asset class at that time, no one was using the technology and most people didn't even know about it. Okay, so we're going to start the analysis starting in 2012. And we're not just going to do this arbitrarily. We're going to do it from the time that Bitcoin held the 20-week moving average, because Bitcoin is the market cycle mover, and holding the 20-week moving average can be considered as a way to measure when the bull market starts. Okay, so in this cycle that occurred on April 29th, 2020, 2 cycles ago, it was on 10/14, 2015. 3 cycles ago, it occurred on 6/5, 2012. And in order to compare them to Solana, we're going to count the number of days it has been since Bitcoin held that moving average. So in this cycle, that has been 575 days. So we're going to look 575 days from that point in each market cycle and use the values, or use the percentage change of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, and see where we stand at the moment. So these are the three currencies that we just discussed, normalized for Bitcoin holding the 20-week moving average in 3 separate market cycles separated by 10 years. Okay, so in blue is Bitcoin, in red is Ethereum, in yellow is Solana. So this is 575 days from the point at which Bitcoin held the 20-week moving average in 2012 for Bitcoin, in 2015 for Ethereum, and in 2020 for Solana. Now, I'm sure immediately you can tell that it's just remarkable, the similarities between these three cryptocurrencies, okay? The way that we're looking at this is by looking at percentage change. As you see, Solana has actually, in the same amount of time, tracked right along the course of Bitcoin, and then they all three sort of become homogeneous right at about a year and move almost in the identical pattern. So Ethereum obviously went up a bit faster at this point than either Solana or Bitcoin, but then Solana and Bitcoin actually come up and make a move against Ethereum in the same amount of time, and then they all sort of go in the same exact pattern. One is you're right at even, so you're 1x. If you're up to 10, you're 10x, 20x, 100x, 500x. So you can see that Solana is sitting right at around 300x from the day that Bitcoin held the 20-week moving average in this market cycle. Back in 2015, Ethereum was sitting right at around 200x at this point, and Bitcoin is sitting right at around 150x. So all within the margin of error of one another. I think it's remarkable how closely these three currencies have tracked along each other's course in three separate market cycles. Okay, so this is now Solana 2020 and 2021, so ending in 2021, whereas we have Ethereum from 2015 up until current day, so present time. And again, look at how remarkably similar these chart patterns are. Bitcoin from 2012 until 2018. And you can see that essentially Bitcoin and Ethereum have made the nearly an identical move over the course of an entirely separate market cycle. So these two assets have been tracking along one another almost to a point. And the only reason that they're different, different in this gap here is because of the timing of market cycle peaks. So the 2017 market cycle was longer than the 2012 to 2013 market cycle was. Other than that, you can see over time they regress towards the mean and almost join one another and then head up at almost an identical rate. Okay. So this here is, like I said, we're looking at 2021 for Ethereum. This is current day for Ethereum in red. And for Bitcoin, we're looking at 2018. So this is the same number of days here. It's 2000 and some odd days since their respective first bull market. Okay. And like we said, Solana sitting right here, right at the exact point nearly where Ethereum was at this time back in 20, this would be 2016. So this Solana is sitting exactly where Ethereum was at in 2016 prior to making that massive run into 2017. Okay, guys, so this is the chart showing Ethereum in red from 2015 until current day, Bitcoin in blue from 2012 until 2018, because this is the same number of days. So we're normalizing it to Ethereum now. And Solana again in yellow from 2020 to 2021. The first thing you'll notice for Solana, like we said, it's tracking almost identically to the price pattern of Ethereum, right? So at this point in 2017, about 8 months before hitting the market cycle peak, Ethereum was in an identical place to where we see Solana at right now. Bitcoin is only lower at this point because the 2012 and 2013 market cycle was shorter. So it started its bear market a bit earlier than Solana and Ethereum have. Okay. So that's why you see the price trending down for Bitcoin, right? But notice what happens as time goes on. Ethereum then goes into a bear market at the start of 2018. So this is the start of 2018 for Ethereum, and Bitcoin starts its bull run. So this is Bitcoin going on a run through 2018. Now, if you look at where they're at right now, recall This is two separate market cycles for Ethereum and Bitcoin. And yet, in the same number of days, they're almost identical in the potential profit you would have made by owning these two over this period of time. So, all three of these coins are tracking along one another in an absolutely remarkable fashion, in my opinion. And that's why I say this is such a bullish chart for Solana. Not to mention that if you look past Ethereum, Solana likely has the most bullish fundamentals as well. Or, that's debatable, but it's certainly, total value locked on the network. Solana's, there's Ethereum and then it's probably Solana. So I mean, I think this is something to, I'm not saying definitively this will continue. You can't say that. And in fact, you can see they can get separated just based on the length of market cycles. But if the fundamentals remain competitive for Solana, I think this is absolutely something to watch. Okay. So, for reference, if you wanted to know if it would track right along Ethereum, Ethereum is now up 5,209x. So this is just to sort of complete the analysis, right? Obviously, Bitcoin has the most price history. So, I mean, this is just incredible. Look at how close Ethereum is right now to Bitcoin at its market cycle peak in 2018 from this same point in time. So this is Ethereum 2021 from this point in 2015. Okay. So 2015 to 2021 for Ethereum in red. For Bitcoin, this is 2012 to 2018, the exact same amount of time. And like we said multiple times, Solana is tracking right along the path of both of these currencies. So it begs the question, is Solana going to be the next Ethereum? All right, guys. So finally, let's take a look at their market caps and see how quickly they got to various price levels. So starting with Solana. So Solana released at around a $20 million market cap. We're going to start on the day. So we're going to start on April 11th. On that day, it had a $20 million market cap. In 370 days, so just about a year, it got to $10 billion market cap. So let's look at Bitcoin. On 11/29/2011, Bitcoin had a $20 million market cap. It had also previously, if you really want to look at it, it had a $20 million market cap May 5th of 2011. So in 922 days, or depending on how you look at it, in 722 days, Bitcoin reached a $10 billion market cap. And for reference, it did that in 2013, right at the end of the bull market. In fact, it seems like hitting $10 billion was the, sort of the, almost $100,000 price of today's Bitcoin. I have a feeling when it hits $100,000, that's going to be that sort of milestone that sends people into a selling frenzy. So, it hit 10 billion and people started selling like crazy. And that's when it went into an extended bear market. All right. Ethereum, on the other hand, it started at around 150 million and it took 653 days to get to $10 billion market cap. So Solana did it in about half the time of Bitcoin and Ethereum. And with what we've seen tracking right along Bitcoin and Ethereum over time, personally, I feel like this is incredibly bullish, coupled with the fact that Solana also has strong fundamentals. So, guys, I'm not saying run out and FOMO into Solana. It is, it has made quite a big move recently, but I am saying that this is definitely one that I'm invested in and will continue to invest in over time. When we go into the bear market, I'll probably keep buying Solana during that time. So I just wanted to put it out there and, show you guys that, this, which I think is one of the most incredible charts, this trio, I think this is one of the most incredible charts in all of the cryptocurrency asset class. So just something to watch for, guys. And, like I said before, if you're interested in the DCA index model, head over to the Telegram channel. You can sign up for it there. I'll send you guys the model. It will help you identify when market cycle peaks or, bottoms occur. I can show you for Bitcoin quickly. It's identified the market cycle top in 2021, 2017, and 2013. Okay. So when it gets down to these lower levels, these tend to be the market cycle troughs. All right. So the best times to buy are down here. The best times to be selling are up here. So that's it for this one, guys. If you like this type of content, hit like and subscribe. Head over to the Telegram channel. Like I said, hit notifications so you can get these videos when they come out. And until next time, as usual, see ya.